For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello, welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you a review on a new tent for the 2017 from Vango. So this behind me here is the Vango Maritsa 600XL. Some of you may be thinking, I've heard that name before. Exactly, it's one of their steel pole tents they've actually turned into inflatable. So it's part of the Airbeam collection range, and it sits in their elite range, their top of the range polyester tents that they do. So it's a really nice model, takes the more classic Maritsa style design, which we've certainly know and people have had for years and years and years. Just turn it into the quick and ease of inflatable with a few extra features here and there actually as well. So what they use is they use their top of the range 420 denier fabric, so it's really nice thick fabric. Certainly it makes things are going to make it last a lot longer. So your standard tent fabric normally is about 70 denier, so you're talking nearly 5 times the thickness of a normal tent. What it also is actually double ripstock as well. Purpose being that if you get a tear or a snag, and it's not going to suddenly shoot up the fabric, it's all isolated as a double ripstock, so it's really nice. And certainly if you feel the weight of that, you know you've got a brilliant quality tent. Maritsa design, obviously it's a bit more quirky, so you've almost got like a bit of more a bowed front with a sort of like a canopy area at the front here. We've currently got the sun canopy on the front, so there's an optional extra you can look at zipping onto the front, but you've got beautiful Pvc windows, and obviously the style, you know, it's something that has been loved for years, and you can certainly see why. Joys of this, obviously it's very quick and easy to put up. You can put the whole thing up in the best part of sort of 10-15 minutes, and it's just one person could do that on their own, no problem at all. Admittedly, there's probably some maybe slightly more interesting models in the range, so this is up against sort of the very well what's been the best-selling last Airbeam range for the last 2 years, which is the Illusion 800XL. So for me personally, I think I would personally go for Illusion over the Maritsa, even though I do love the style and the shape. Alternatively, there is obviously the new Inspire Double XL to consider, but we'll talk you through the Maritsa first, so you can always check out the videos on the other products if you're looking between those. So obviously nice size, good option, tons of optional extras. So you can look at things like a footprint for this particular model, which is certainly worthwhile doing. It basically goes underneath the tent just to keep the base all nice and clean. For me, a footprint is an absolute essential when you've got a sewn-in ground sheet. So I wouldn't personally ever put your tent without a footprint. You've got the ability of adding a carpet as well to add a bit more luxury to the item, a bit more cushioned, a bit more warmth. Or obviously the extras such as a roof liner to go over the top, just to protect the top of the tent against sun damage and sort of bird muck, tree sap, that sort of thing, just make your tent last longer. It also doubles up and helps with condensation, gives you almost like a double glazing effect, just to keep it cooler inside the tent. You've got an option of sort of zip-on front awnings and canopies, so you've got a sun canopy or then a completely enclosed front awning. The unique thing about this actually is the zip runs from all the way to the bottom, up, along the top and down the other side. Purpose being, what it does allow you to do is pretty much make it a physical part of the tent rather than just an extra. So that's a really nice little feature. But I'll tell you what, we'll talk about a bit more things inside the tent. So let's have a look. So now we're inside the Maritsa. The first thing you can see is obviously the sleeping arrangement we have at the back. So you've got obviously a 2, 2, and then a 2 as well. So plenty of height throughout it, so you can quite happily get changed in the mornings, no problem at all. This bedroom, sort of I'm in now, is separate to that bedroom there. So this becomes almost like a 4-berth. So there's a zip divider which you can get, again, make it nice and open. You've still got the ability of actually having like a hanging rail inside of here. So there's little clips. Yeah, again, if you want to use it as a wardrobe rather than as a bedroom, you've still got the ability to do so. One thing you can see is the sheer amount of height you've got inside the tent. It's actually pretty beautiful. I mean, I can't really even touch the top, and me being sort of 6'2", 6'3", that is some feet. That's why it feels so quite bright and airy inside. Yeah, again, it means in the sort of the corners, no problem standing up at all, and again, really breezy air inside. So it's again quite nice to be in. You've got 2 sections, sort of so you've got the canopy area, and then obviously the living area as well. Moving on to the sleeping area. So the canopy area actually has a door which you can seal up to keep it one separate section. This door again has got windows in it, and it actually goes along the top and bottom. So the joys of this actually is you've got a flat door running between the 2 sections. So if you've got wheelchairs or anything like that, or you don't want your kids tripping up, that's a really nice feature, and you can sort of overlap that with the canopy ground sheet. Wherever you've got a window, you've almost got sort of two windows in many ways. You've got one running on the roof, and then one nice PVC one again running in the main window as you would expect it. All of it's got dividers, so it's all in one. So you can quite happily, it's zip dividers again, zip it up to cover the one window. Again, if you want that extra layer of privacy and darkness, you can do it along the top. So it really does make it really nice and versatile inside a tent. And like I said, that's pretty much the same. So you've got one there, you've one back there, one there, one there. So you've got quite a lot of windows to get your light in when you want to. And you've got a little pocket you can store it in if you don't necessarily want to do that as well. Joys of something like the Maritsa, like I said, is the style of it. So necessarily doesn't necessarily be seen as big as it actually is. So joys is you've got a sort of tiered front where you can buy like a nice fitted carpet to go in here, and it leads onto a sort of a decent sized sort of canopy area. And with the extras you can buy, you can pretty much make this tent as you want it to. You've not only on the front door can you sort of have it in two positions, so you can have it sort of halfway through to here or completely shut up, but you've got a second door on the right hand side just here. So there's a mesh door here which you can sort of enter and exit, and then another mesh, a normal door on this side over here. This sort of side door has actually got a little canopy pole, so you can actually enter and exit that door more than happily when you want to, due to the fact that you've got a slight canopy over that door. So you can open it up, even when it's raining, walk in and out without having to worry about the rain coming down and inside the tent. So that's a great little thing. One thing Vango's certainly trying to do for the 2017 season is provide as much ventilation as possible, trying to combat condensation and keep it a lot cooler and fresher inside the tent. Anywhere underneath sort of the main windows is a sort of decent sized panel. They've actually increased it 50% from last year's, so you've got a good circulation of air to keep it nice, airy and breezy in here. Same for the back. You've got a nice big ventilation panel along the top of the bedrooms, yeah, again just to try and help it stay nice and cool inside the tent. Really nice model, like I said. It's worth having a look at different models in the range, so something like the Inspire or the Illusion. Probably, in my opinion, you've got a little bit more legs, but if you're sold on the design and love this and you've got a Maritsa currently, it's a great option to go for, because you're obviously the quick and ease in comparison to your pole Maritsa. I mean, probably a pole Maritsa might take you half an hour, two people, best of times to put up. This, 12-15 minutes, it's kind of a no-brainer really. You've still got tons of features involved in it as well. So, like I said, storage pockets in the inner bedrooms to put your watches, your torches, phones, anything like that, so you know exactly where it is in the middle of the night when it's pitch black. Storage pockets at the front as well. Yeah, again, just help to keep the clutter away from everything all down there. So, you know, kids' toys, anything like that can quite happily live in there all weekend long. You've also got the ability, yet again, of mesh panels in the bedrooms to get circulation of air on those sort of warmer evenings. But one thing that's a major change for the 2017 season is Vango have created this thing called Sky Tracks. It's like a sky rail here. The purpose being really, it's actually gives you the point of making any hanging points where you want it to be. So you get these little, about 10 sky rails, little clip things. All you do is basically slide it on where you want it. So you can just literally slide it on, crimp it in position, and it will hold. So you can put a lantern pretty much anywhere you want on this panel, and you've got it numerous places. So you've got one above there, you've got another one there, you've got another one there. You've got loads of places you can hang stuff, and eventually going forward, I'd imagine Vango will create more accessories so you can sort of hang rails across here, put towels on there. You know, the scope is pretty much endless with that. So that's one thing certainly to look for now, which potentially could come out in a few years' time. So there's obviously forever features adding and chop and changing in the Vango range, is why they are at the most forefront of the air styled of tents. But really impressive model. Like I say, you still got your basic stuff that you want to have, things like, you know, cable entry points for mower mains units, the zip dividers, which makes it feel completely separate. So there's tons of talking points on this particular model, and certainly one to look out for the 2016 season. But in essence, that is what is the much loved and now in air model, the Maritsa 600XL.